Now, if you work your system right, you'll be standing on a timer that's already been done. But if it's not done, you have to be careful, because if I were to stand right here, I'm being counterproductive, all right? I'm pushing that dirt back out to the sidewalk. And until the middle gets filled and tamped, dirt is gonna fall out of that sidewall until you get it, until that middle is tamped. Kyron, this is where two people, so I showed you guys the pick and kick. I'm gonna show you now the pick and pound, right? To really swell up that sidewall first, because energy conservation, I'm gonna say it again and again and again, okay? I've seen like 5-year-old children do this as long as they just conserve the energy correctly. Kyron's gonna open up that sidewall for me, just like that. And then, everybody's heard, like, you know, lift with your knees and do all that stuff with your knees. This could be very tough on your back, so I would say get in a stance where your knees are bent, you're choking the sledgehammer. And when I say choking, it means like really just gripping the sledgehammer so that you can really manage the weight of it a lot better. Getting down pretty much at its level, back straight, knees bent, and as the pick is opening up that sidewall, that is when you're just gonna hit that sidewall right into where the pick is being pushed up. And that way I can even push more dirt where it's being opened up, just so that it starts packing in that one spot. All right, and this is where I would get like those big rocks, those big chunks that I talk about, to really make it swell up. And then Kyron would move around with me and would pretty much do it just like a star pattern, making sure that the dirt is going directly to the sidewall. We're just gonna move around. And it's really just as simple. So I'm going to stop there. Now, we've already gone through pretty much this whole bit. All right, in fact, I'm going to use the rest of that. I know sort of formulas in my head now by what I do. Buckets are a huge tool for pounding tires, all right? It's a good way to move things. 16-inch tire is probably going to equate to about 2.5 to 3 wheelbarrows of dirt. These things take some dirt now. They eat up trash, they eat up dirt. They might even eat up like a baby if you put it in there. Let's not try that. They take up dirt. So that's again why you have to conserve your energy. Stand back. No, I love Isaac. Yep, just working it in. Are there any questions so far? Am I being alright? Am I being thorough?
No.
Yeah, totally.
I have a question. Has anyone ever thought about cutting the top rim off and just using a hand tamper? Would that make it quicker? Or would it ruin the integrity?
I think it would again negate why you use tires in the first place. The whole point is to have them swell up. That's what's nice about the rubber, is that you're like forcing something into a place, and it just compacts until now it's a stone. And that rubber just encapsulates them. Right. So if you were to take that top off, you're not really, you could tamp. But the thing that's nice about having the sidewall the way it is that once you get the sidewall, then again, it's a matter of just filling some dirt in the middle, giving it a light tamp, and moving on. Because the weight is on the sidewall. The weight isn't really concentrated in the middle. The weight is all on the sidewall.
Yeah, you just keep your eyes open and walk like this the whole time. I should move.
Oh, they're gonna move. Because once I get dirt in this, and I'm like, I I got my iPod on to like some Metallica or something. I'm moving this sucker. And I mean, it's not gonna move like
Is there a problem with mud?
feet. You don't move like a little inches and so, and that's why, you know, once you're done, you might have to get another person and just kind of micro move it into place.
Could you use mud like to, you know, something wet that you could like really shoot in? It's more hydraulic.
What's up?
Use something, you know, more like mud. Will it ever dry out? Will it ever work? It'll compact a lot more, like something a little more wet than dry soil.
Did they
Spray
try
it in, you
pouring
know?
the cement in and it didn't work? It like knocked the whole building fell over. He was talking about on Friday.
I saw a
They
bunch
tried,
of
like,
YouTube
pouring
videos that
just-
they have alternatives
Well, that was
to
because they
this as
stacked
well.
them straight up.
Okay.
They didn't interleave.
The whole key is to
Okay,
lace
okay.
the tires to
Yeah.
stagger them.
But I'm saying if
He wants to fill it with mud, wet mud, and then let it dry.
Oh no.
But then that won't.
Because,
Yeah,
because
when it
that,
dries.
that water is, I mean, aerated water. There's air within that. So when it dries, it's like, you know, you can test it out on a puddle.
Yeah.
You step in it, you're gonna leave a footprint in that step. Once this is completely compacted, you're not leaving a footprint in the sucker. I mean, it's a stone. So you're literally eliminating any sort of airspace there is.
I have a question. If you wanted to, you could just use cement, right? I mean, it's
Oh,
not
you
good for the
could.
environment, but I mean, but it's the same concept, right? If you didn't want to break your back, you could just use cement.
Right.
They'll cost you more money.
And Mike has already said, just in the designs that he's doing already, he already feels that he uses a lot of cement.
Right, right.
You know, the whole thing about these Earthships is to reduce the carbon footprint.
You
But
could
as
use
far
a lot
as
of
the
rubble
heat-
though, right?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, that's what I do. I'm like, what rubble can I find first?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
even when you beat rubble, that's going to break down and turn into the dust that it was and compress.
I know. There
So,
it goes.
you know what's nice? I started doing this in Richmond, Virginia, and the way I get my dirt is I go to the places where they're doing all the construction, or I go to where they're doing all this road work. Now, the great thing about the road work is that you get pieces of road in there, like actual asphalt too, which is very thermal radiating, or you know, whatever. And it's big chunks of road, so might as well put it in there.
You can really use like dilapidated warehouses that are like falling apart and stuff. And
Oh yeah.
We
Break
just
them all
saw a whole
down and-
field of
yeah.
debris.
You saw
just
in
down
the
on these
video in
warehouses in
Haiti,
the city.
they had that grinder, and they were
Yeah,
just grinding
yeah,
away
exactly.
center
There's
blocks.
just piles of it
Does he
everywhere.
have design on that grinder? Is there anywhere you can get like how?
It
how
looks
do they make
old.
that?
A simple grinder
Yeah.
is having a space.
Yep.
Just be.
Catharsis.
That thing looks like
I mean, yeah, it's nice if you can get it into like granular, but honestly, if you throw it in there and you start beating it, it's gonna path least. It's got to go somewhere, and it's gonna break apart. And if it doesn't break apart, that's great, actually, because again, that's mass in that tire that's taking up space.
How long does it take to do the tire? Real spirit stuff.
I mean, it's a workout. My heart's beating a little bit. It's been like 8 days since I've been working on my own project, so I'm a little out of shape. But 2 people, you could do it once you get your system down, and that's where it is. You know, it's all practice. My first tire, even in Lasquiti, I had my shirt off. Everybody's like working. I felt like just this beast of a man. And I see all the EV crew, and they'd be like down the line, and I'm thinking I'm doing it right. Now here I am. I have some construction background, and I'm like, what the hell? Why are they like 4 tires ahead of me? I feel like I'm doing the same work. And again, that's why I'm trying to stress energy conservation and working smarter, not harder. You know, applying that leverage so that you get the sidewalls up for you. Because honestly, when these sidewalls open up, like literally open up, so I could take this thing, put it in there, wedge it in there, if that was like a piece of rubble. And now as I beat it, look, that dirt is going right where I want it to go. It's pretty much going away. Look, and now, if you were to feel this,
Wow.
it's feeling a lot more compressed.
You can see it. Like,
So I need to save
tire
this
already.
before I get rid of it.